coming up, a look at your top stories, including an overnight crash that's left a woman fighting for her life. And the live picture right now, we are at I-65 in Trinity Lane. There's a lot of people traveling for the Memorial Day weekend, but we've seen no problems on the interstate. Stick around, we'll be right back.
Working for you in high definition. This is Channel 4 News Today.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Channel 4 News Today at 9:30. I'm Ann McCloy, in for Jonathan Martin this Memorial Day weekend. And Nancy Van Camp is here with your forewarned weather. We've got some good news for you.
Yes, our weather's really looking pretty spectacular today. I mean, take a look at this view of downtown right now. Lots and lots and lots of sunshine. Here's where we are temperature-wise right now, 64 degrees at Nashville International. Many of us started out cool with these clear skies we've had this morning. A lot of us began well down into the 40s, but we're rising quickly. 63 in White Bluff, yes, Newtown. Murfreesboro at 65, Crossville up to 68 degrees. Okay, here's what we expect as we go through the day.
Nice. It was, I will say, yesterday with the breeze, it was a little chilly, so I'm glad.
Just a touch.
Glad to see the higher temperatures.
Especially if you were in the shade, yeah. Yeah, we're going to be 6 degrees warmer than yesterday.
All right.
Pretty perfect.
I know people are wondering about Monday, so we will check back in with you in just a few minutes for that.
We will do.
We're going to get to your news now at 9:30. A driver is facing charges after a violent crash on I-65 overnight. Around 11:30, a car ran into a bridge pillar at the Rosa Parks Boulevard exit. A woman was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. The man driving suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Police believe he was driving under the influence. He's been charged with vehicular assault. Police across the state will be looking for drunk drivers as tens of thousands hit the road for Memorial Day. Overnight, Metro officers set up a sobriety checkpoint on Hobson Pike near Percy Priest Lake. Vanderbilt Medical Center says last year's Memorial Day weekend was its busiest ever. The trauma unit saw 3 times as many patients as it normally does, and doctors say many of those accidents were preventable. Boaters, listen to this. Tennessee wildlife officers also keeping a close eye on you this weekend. Officers will be checking to make sure people are taking the proper safety precautions. There have already been 9 boating-related deaths this year. That's nearly twice as many as during the same period last year. And you won't have to worry about road construction this weekend. The Department of Transportation has suspended all construction-related lane closures on interstates and state highways. You might still run into some lane closures on long-term projects. If you do, slow down, obey the reduced speed limit. Nearly 700,000 Tennesseans are traveling for the Memorial Day weekend. The vast majority will be driving. 9:31. Now that school is out, lots of you will be heading to the pool to cool off and soak up some sun. And today, Wave Country is opening for the summer season. Gates open at 10, so just about a half hour from now. Admission $12 for everyone age 13 and up. Kids between the ages of 3 and 12 get in for $10. Children ages 2 and under get in free. And there's usually a big rush on the first day. If you plan to go, may want to show up a bit early. Metro Parks Department is also opening the city's spray areas today. Love those. The spray grounds are located downtown near LP Field on 9th Street in East Nashville and Joe Johnston Avenue in North Nashville. The water at all of the parks will be flowing by 10 this morning. You and your family can enjoy the spray grounds for free all summer long. A drug linked to a deadly outbreak is the subject of a new investigation. The case involves the Main Street Family Pharmacy in New Bern, Tennessee. Officials say 7 patients have gotten sick after receiving injections produced by the pharmacy. So far, none of the illnesses have been life-threatening. The pharmacy has recalled all of its sterile products. For the second time this spring, mosquitoes found in the Nashville area have tested positive for West Nile virus. The latest batch was found near the Harpeth River in Bellevue. Earlier this month, mosquitoes in Bordeaux tested positive for West Nile. So far, no human cases have been reported. Today, volunteers and health officials will be heading to Madison and Goodlettsville to help slow the spread of West Nile. They're going to be knocking on doors, asking to check backyards for potential mosquito breeding grounds. The health department picked the area because it has a history of problems with mosquitoes and West Nile. And turning to your weather forecast again, we're really wondering about today, tomorrow, and Monday for the travelers and the people who want to go to the pool.
Well, in terms of avoiding any rain whatsoever, today is your best bet. We're not expecting a drop of rain today. We're taking a look outside. Lots of sunshine, a few high filtering clouds, grass scraped out of them. We're checking the picture over downtown at the moment. Bright sunny skies, absolutely beautiful. And in Macon County, one of my favorite shots, same deal, some high cirrus.
Okay, so Nancy, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, if you don't have plans for the Memorial Day weekend, why not stop by the Redneck Resort?
Are you guys ready to get some mud on?
That's right. It's in Sweetwater, Tennessee, and be prepared because their water is filled with mud. If you do plan on heading out, you can go four-wheeling, bring your ATV. Hey, you can also relax by their pool. Workers say it's simple, just a good time.
We have a busy life. You know, the volume of life sometimes is so loud we can't even hear that quiet moment. And out here, there's just that simple time, that simple fun. It kind of takes you back a little bit.
So what's the cost? Tickets, $20 or $40 for a weekend pass, which of course includes camping. The resort opens this weekend. Just ahead, a controversial plan aimed at keeping Detroit from going bankrupt. We'll tell you about that. And a stunning victory in the state high school soccer tournament. The shot that's left fans just stunned. That's coming up. A live picture downtown this morning. Thank you for waking up with us. We'll be right back.
Here's a chance, and it's in.
An amazing kick gave the boys soccer team at Father Ryan High School the state championship Thursday night. Luke Strebel kicked it in from 54 yards, giving the Irish a 2-1 victory over MBA. This is the first time in school history that the boys and girls have won the state title in the same year. Now here's Chris Harris with more highlights from the SEC baseball tournament. Chris Harris, thank you. As always, 9:42, President Obama talked about the problem of sexual assault and abuse in the armed forces during a graduation speech. The president spoke to the graduating class of the U.S. Naval Academy yesterday. He told them it's more than a matter of conduct. It's a matter of national security.
Those who commit sexual assault are not only committing a crime, they threaten the trust and discipline that makes our military strong. That's why we have to be determined to stop these crimes.
Almost 3 weeks ago, the Defense Department showed that unreported sexual assaults in the military rose 37% in 2012. Veterans advocates say today's message comes from the top, but that fundamental change has to come from the next generation of officers. And the Joint Chiefs Chairman Martin Dempsey spoke at the Tragedy Assistant Program for Survivors yesterday. The convocation in Arlington helped kick off Memorial Day weekend. General Dempsey praised the organization for its dedication to giving to others and told the crowd that the anthem and presentation of the flag that opened the meeting belonged to them because of their sacrifice. There's a new poll out that shows Hillary Clinton would be the candidate to beat. If she were to run for president, the survey shows Clinton with an 11-point lead over potential Republican Florida Senator Marco Rubio, would also have a 4% lead over Tea Party Senator Rand Paul. There's been a lot of speculation over whether the former Secretary of State will make another run for the presidency in 2016. The city of Detroit is thinking about selling off its art collection to help pay their debt. Right now, the city is $15 to $17 billion in the hole, and it's close to going bankrupt. Emergency managers are thinking about selling the Detroit Institute's art collection. They have paintings from Picasso to Van Gogh, and anything could go. But Anne-Marie Erickson, an employee there, says doing that would violate the operating agreement with the city.
The emergency financial manager and the governor have both said that their goal is to leave Detroit stronger after this process. And I cannot believe that anyone thinks dismantling the DIA would leave Detroit stronger.
The museum has hired an attorney just in case, but a spokesperson for the emergency manager says asking for the appraisal is just a step in keeping their options open. I have not stepped outside in a few hours, but it's getting warmer.
It is getting warmer. We're going to keep the low humidity. We're going to keep the sunshine. We are going to be warmer than yesterday. So all in all, it's looking fabulous. Let's take a look outside together right now. This is our weather bug camera at the Adventure Science Center looking at downtown. And oh, wow, what a great, gorgeous morning.
Some breaking news we've just learned about. This is on Highway 79 in Sumner County. I'm hearing about a possible fatal, and I'm going to get you some more information. This is a possible fatal wreck. But we want to get to some more breaking news. A British woman has died after a tiger attack in an animal park. You're looking at the file footage here. Police say the 24-year-old zookeeper was mauled when she walked into an enclosure where the tiger was being held. The victim, Sarah McCloy, had worked at the park for several years and was an experienced big cat handler. Police are investigating the incident. A middle school was put on lockdown after a student was grazed by a bullet. This happened in Miami yesterday. A school spokesperson says a student took a gun to school in their backpack. The gun went off, hit another student in the leg, who is now in stable condition. The school was put on lockdown and students were dismissed about 30 minutes later. Someone stole a car from Captain America this week. The car was being used in the new Captain America movie that's filming in Ohio. Police saw someone weaving all over the interstate with it, and there was no license plate. The driver told officers he had permission to take the car. He didn't. Turns out his driver's license was also suspended. He tried to give officers some kind of government aid card. This time it was police who came to the aid of Captain America. Education Secretary Arne Duncan delivered some good news to the people of Newtown, Connecticut. Their schools are getting a $1.3 million grant. Duncan says the money is to help the community recover after the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. It can be used for counseling and training staff, but when it comes to decisions like armed guards in schools, that has to be left up to the individual districts. The oldest EMT in Illinois is being recognized for her long-standing dedication. 85-year-old Josephine Berkey was presented with a service award this week. She was on the first ambulance run in Brown County back in 1974, and she's still with Brown County Ambulance Service. She was on the basic life support ambulance helping take care of patients and is still on call more than 80 hours a week. Real quick, I just want to get you caught up on some breaking news out of Sumner County. Highway 79 and Academy Road, there's a possible fatal accident there just outside Portland. A semi versus car. We're going to have more on this when we return.